All right, here we go again. Dollhouse project number 14. If you recall last week, we finished the roof piece. I did get part of the hinges on, and then I realized I can't put the hinged roof on until we're close to done, actually. Otherwise, it's going to be a nightmare to hold that roof up. However, we did complete the floor. Did that. And then I forgot to film it, but I cut a bunch of these. These are little squares. I decided for the next room over, we are going to checkerboard the floor. So half of them are going to be painted black, half of them are going to be painted white. So for the next handful of hours, let there be black and white paint. Okay, so little black squares are done, and I got paint everywhere. I am so glad this stuff washes off. Now to do the white. We have the black. We now have all the white. Now we let all this stuff dry, probably overnight. Well, I have gone absolutely paint happy, and now we're just doing the final touch with a varnish coat, this stuff. It's really good stuff. Sometimes you have to use an extra coat depending on how shiny you want it, but that's where we're at. And then the other thing I did, hang on. For Christmas, my husband got me the coolest little table saw. And this one has tons of attachments. There's a whole Dremel set that gets on here. You can put a buffer wheel on it. It's just got so many pieces, but this is all I'm using for right now. And I took one of these to make these so that I can put the trim around the room. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and paint these. We're gonna put a little bit of a black trim around the room. Then we're gonna, when those are dry, we're gonna go ahead and glue them in. We're gonna start with the outside trim. Everything was mock placed, pretend placed. And then we'll put it in there permanently. And of course we have little Austin who's overseeing everything. He's real good about that. So let's get on with this next phase. All right, so my layer of plastic stuff sort of bit it and I ran out. So we're gonna have to switch to paper for today because this plastic is so coated in black paint. I really can't stand that press and seal stick stuff for food use, but man, for craft use, it's amazing. That's all this was that press and seal plastic wrap stuff. But so I got myself some packing paper. Ironically, this paper came out of the box that the little shingles came in, and it was a big long strip of it. And I'm like, yep, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to repurpose it. So it just became paint catcher in my little tray. And this little tray is really handy. I guess it wouldn't probably matter if I didn't use a liner in it, but it's got some paint stuff in it. But it's just easier and you just put stuff in it. And I got this at the secondhand store for like $3. I was like, that was such a find. But what I wanted it for wasn't so that I'd have something to paint in. Sometimes when you're building things and you need an exact corner, like building a little tiny piece of furniture and you need that perfect square corner to hold something up, that's what I wanted the tray for, but it's sort of doubling as the coolest little art tool ever. So go right to secondhand store and find yourself a cool, cheap little tray. Okay, so to start this, put the floor in bit, we're going to start on the left side and work our way to the right. So we're going to start with the borders that'll go on either side. Oh good, the paint's dry. Just occurred to me that I didn't even check to see if the paint was dry. I went ahead and whitened up the edge along here a little bit. This floor is going to be black and white. And so I'm probably just going to make this whole room black and white. Which begs the question of the window shade and the curtains. And all right, for this little room, leave it in the comments. Because as you can see through the window, we are being watched and we can't screw anything up. Sorry about my arm being in the way. I just realized that was a problem. Back it up a little bit. hold it there just for a second. Some of these need to be held down for a second. When I varnished them, a small amount of warp occurred. So you can see basically how all these pieces are going to go in. It looks like that sideboard's lifting a little bit, so I'm going to monkey with it, but there are 110 of these pieces. I'll get back with you at the end. All right, well here it is with a little trial and error, some damage and some redo, and oh boy. I managed to get it done. It does need to be touched up and cleaned a little bit, but it's there. It's black and white. I've actually started the building of a cabinet. Hang on, I'll show you that. This little cabinet will go in the room with it. It's just been painted, so, and there's its doors and all that. I still have to do the drawer and all that, but anyhow, that will go in the room. So I think it came out pretty okay. I still have to do some with the front edge. It's obviously still really rough. I think I'm probably going to end up doing that last, but I made a couple of little potted plants out of a couple of bottle caps, and I put a couple of them in here. So, and there's a couple cabinets that I put in here, which we'll see what happens. And I've kind of, the whole idea of the March Sisters from Little Women, and the whole idea of different shops, my brain is kind of twisting in the direction of what if each of the March Sisters opened up their own little shop? What would it look like? One was an artist, one was a musician, one was a homemaker, and one was a school teacher and a writer. So what would it look like? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rooms. So we have enough room to express said craziness. But I really like how this turned out. Basically, long story short, when I started down this side, I was using just glue. So some of them, the edges are a little rough. Move the little plant. So you can kind of see it's probably not as even. I guess maybe you can only tell if you can feel it. And then I got to about here and I realized, okay, this just isn't working. So from here over, I used hot glue instead. I changed the glue type. And I discovered that the hot glue worked way better than the wood glue. So this kind of warped a few of the pieces, and that's okay. But yeah, came out really nice, I think. So for the moment, this is the end of this particular phase of the dollhouse project. And if the floor is black and white and the trim is black and the baseboards are white, and with the idea of somehow combining Little Shops and Little Women, let's hear your ideas in the comments, because this little project is just getting more and more unique, and I'm loving the input from you guys. It's just been amazing. So I will see you on the next.